Hi everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if their things appeal to you, I hope you'll do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Hitting that subscribe button costs you absolutely nothing and means so much to me, so I hope you'll help me out. My European adventure is getting very, very close. I leave very, very soon. At the time that this goes live, maybe about a week, 2 weeks before I go. So yeah, it's getting close. I'm getting a little bit excited. I exchanged money yesterday and that made me feel like I got mugged because the Australian dollar is terrible. But nonetheless, we're gonna have a good time anyway. So I thought I would do a video around my wish list. So those of you who have been with me for a while might have seen my New York travels last time. I will link the playlist down below for you. And that was very much a shopping trip. It was post-COVID. It was the first time I had been overseas in years, since before I had children. It was my first time traveling anywhere without my children. My fabulous friend Mel came with me, but it was very much a shopping trip. I went to New York wholly and solely to buy a wedding dress, which I got and I wore earlier this year, which I love, from Oscar de la Renta. And I went with a mission to buy an awful lot, and I bought lots and lots. This trip to Europe is a little bit different for me. So I don't have that, oh my goodness, I can leave the country again feeling that I had last time. Like, I've been out of travel for a while now. My children are a little bit older, so I'm not feeling as guilty about this trip as I did last time. It won't be as fast as the trip to New York. It will be, I think all up, I'm gone for almost 2 weeks. And New York was 5 nights and it was a whirlwind, an absolute whirlwind. And this time I want to see more. New York, to me, I had been to New York several times before, so I didn't need to do any of the touristy things. I have been to both London and Paris previously. London I've been to a couple of times, but for me it's more about the people I'm going to meet over there, going and spending time with my friend Dale, who is traveling with me. She's got a fabulous YouTube channel here. I will link her down below in case you aren't following her. And Paris, I've only been in Paris for a day, so Paris is really for me about the motherland for a luxury lover. Like, oh my goodness, the amount of things I'm going to see. I've got some fabulous experiences planned. So it's really a different feel trip to the last one. Am I going to shop? Yeah, absolutely I am. But I admit my wish list is not as long as it was when I went to New York. And with the Australian dollar being so bad, I probably won't buy as much as I did in New York, but I am certainly going to shop up a storm. So here's my wish list. So some of it might be a little bit out of left field. Other stuff you will look at and go, yeah, that's absolutely you. Am I going to buy all of this? Probably not. But these are the things that I really want to look at and that I'm targeting. And if I like it and I'm there and it's a good price, then I'll probably buy it. Admittedly, I'll try and buy as much as humanly possible of what I find in Paris because I get the VAT refund, whereas in London I don't. And the Australian dollar to the English pound is like, one Australian dollar buys me 47 pence, so it's less than half. It's awful. So yeah, I'm not doing a huge amount of shopping in London because it's not worth my time. All right, so let's look at some things that I'm chasing. So first off, the stuff from out of left field. So this bangle from Tiffany, I really love this. So I don't have my tennis bracelet on today, but I usually have a tennis bracelet, and it's the only bracelet I have. I am on the hunt for a bangle to go with it. I do not want a Cartier Love bracelet. I am someone who takes their jewelry off as soon as they get home. Everything comes off. I cannot wear a bracelet full time. I know everyone goes, oh, you get used to it. It's fine. My jewelry is off as soon as I get home. I'm not someone who's going to be able to cope with that. I don't want a just include bracelet. I am not looking at anything from Cartier. But this one from Tiffany. So this is the Tiffany lock bangle in white gold. There's no diamonds on it. it's an option for me. So certainly something I can pick up here in Australia, but if I can get it duty free or get a VAT refund on it, then hey, why not? I am open to other brands for bangles as well. I do want it to be white gold because that's what I wear. But yeah, I'm definitely looking at a piece of jewelry and a white gold piece of jewelry. My husband also has a watch on the list that he wants me to go on the hunt for, but I won't show you that because yeah, that's his, not mine. Next up is from Jimmy Choo. I do not own any Jimmy Choo shoes. Most of my shoes are, you know, like Dior, Louis Vuitton, or Louboutins. I own a lot of Louboutins. I don't own anything from Jimmy Choo. But these Diamond Light Maxi sneakers, I really quite like them. I've just bought some more sneakers and I've got so many sneakers. So do I really need these? Probably not, but when's that ever stopped me? So I really like these. These are retailing in Australia for $950, so they're not ridiculously expensive. I feel like they might be light. If they're heavy, then I'm not going to be all that interested. They are a platform sole, but I do want to try them on while I'm over there. If I happen to be anywhere near a Jimmy Choo, I am interested in seeing these and having a look at them. The other Jimmy Choo shoes I am interested in are these. So this is a Jimmy Choo Timberland collaboration. So they're Timberland boots, and they in this pink. I mean, really, come on. I mean, were they not made for me? So yeah, if I see these pink Timberland boots from Jimmy Choo as well, I feel like they're going to need to be tried on at the very least. So definitely keeping an eye out for them as well. All right, and then I thought I'd move in brands just to make this easier. So the very first brand I'll look at is Fendi. I don't have a long Fendi wish list at the moment. In fact, it's incredibly short. I'm really not interested in a whole heap from Fendi. But this baguette, so this is an XL baguette in white denim, and this was part of the Marc Jacobs collaboration. It's been out for a while now. I could have picked it up in Sydney. I haven't seen it in person yet. And I am going to Fendi for an appointment with a whole heap of other YouTubers, and they've asked, is there anything that we're interested in? I have made note that I am interested in this bag. If they get it in and I can look at it and try it and see if it works for me, then it's possibly the only Fendi piece that I'm interested in at this point. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get there and see something I love, but it's the only piece that's really on my radar at the moment. The fact that it's denim and it's Marc Jacobs is what speaks to me the most, but it is an XL baguette, so it's bigger than the regular baguette, and I don't know, until I see it and try it, I don't know if I really want it, but it's the only piece that I have on my radar from Fendi at this point. Moving on to Dior. So Dior is another one that is not got a huge list from me. I am very interested in the mini Lady Dior wicker bag in that purpley pink color. I'll throw that up here for you. I have many a wicker bag, as you guys know. I have 4 of the medium size and I've got 1 mini, and this as a mini would give me a nice even number, so I'm interested to see it. I don't know how I feel about the leather on it. It seems to be like this dark brown or grey. I'm really not sure, so until I see it in person, I'm not 100% sold on it, just because I don't know how that color is going to work with the pink and if it's too harsh next to the pink. But I'm certainly willing to look at it. I am also interested in the wicker Lady D-Joys, I want to say. So they're like the half size of the Lady Diors, and they do them in a wicker. So I'd definitely be interested in looking at that as well. But yeah, not a huge list for Dior at the moment either. So once again, we'll just see if the mood strikes me. We're hoping to get an appointment at the Dior Cafe, and then an appointment as well in the store, so in Paris. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it, and see how we go. Next on my list is Goyard. I do not own anything from Goyard. Goyard do not have a store in Sydney, or in Australia for that matter. I think I walked past a store in New York. I'm not 100% sure on that. I could even be wrong. Maybe they're just a concession in New York. Someone tell me. Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle, you live in New York. What's the go with Goyard? But Goyard most certainly have a store in Paris because they are a French brand, and I am very interested in their St. Louis GM tote. I know, I have Louis Vuitton GM totes. Why, Meredith, do you need a St. Louis one from Goyard? Because they're pretty and because why not? And because then I can buy one from Paris, and I've got Goyard from Paris, and you know, like, I'm a luxury lover, so why not? So yeah, I understand to buy Goyard in Paris I'm gonna have to line up early, and I'm willing to do that. So if I get time, that will certainly be on my radar to do, and hopefully I can get myself a St. Louis GM tote. Next on my list is from Chanel. Chanel. So they've just had a price rise in Australia, and I think so far it is only in Australia, but that doesn't mean that it won't, by the time I get to Paris, have reverberated through the globe and have hit over there as well. And yeah, Chanel is just so expensive. It's just, I don't even. I think I'm gonna have to have a conversation with Chanel, so stay tuned for that video. Yeah, so I don't know, but I feel like I need to buy something from Chanel in Paris once in my life. The white packaging from the mothership store in Paris calls my name. So I will be looking at either a wallet on chain, like this one, which is still relatively reasonable. I love this wallet on chain with all the different crystals, but there's no price on this, and I feel like it's going to be crazy expensive, but it is stunningly beautiful. They also do this finish in a mini, which is going to be even more expensive than the wallet on chain. So I don't know. It will either be a mini or a wallet on chain that I buy. It might possibly be both, depending on if I find things that I absolutely love and adore. It will absolutely, I can 100% say with 100% certainty, it will not be a classic flap. I am not spending that kind of money on a classic flap. I own classic flaps. I am selling classic flaps at the moment. I have absolutely no interest in buying any more. I will look at a mini rectangle and wax because I love them. I love the jumbo classic flaps, but I'm not spending that kind of money anymore, Chanel. There is no chance. So, and I'm also not lugging a jumbo back from overseas. So yeah, if I buy anything, it will be a wok or a mini rectangle, or possibly both if I find something that I love in both sizes, but that is likely to be it. Maybe some shoes. So I have to go to Chanel because it is Chanel in Paris. But yeah, I'm not going nuts, and I'm not buying a classic flap. I just can't fathom the money anymore. It's just not worth it. So that's Chanel. Hermès. Oh my goodness, Hermès. The dream. I know we all dream. Some of us, you know, those of us who love Hermès dream of an appointment. Will I get an appointment? Maybe. I will try, like everybody else tries, to get an appointment at Hermès in Paris. I am only there for a very short period of time. The likelihood is very slim. Very slim. Teeny tiny. So if I were to get an appointment at a store, one of the Hermès stores, for a leather appointment at Hermès, my wish list goes as such. A picnic Birkin would be high on my list because, you know, I'm going to randomly get an appointment, walk in and go, I'd like a picnic Birkin in the color rose pop, and they're going to go, sure, we've got one sitting out the back for you, because that's absolutely going to happen. Sure. I'm also going to win the lotto. But in my head, you would be silly to not express your deepest wishes in that moment. If you are lucky enough to get that appointment and be in that situation, you aim for the stars, because you just never know. So I will absolutely aim for the stars. I will have a picnic Birkin. I will have a picnic Kelly. I will have a Kelly doll bag. I will have a Birkin 25 in ostrich. Or I will have a Birkin 25, a Birkin 30, or a Kelly 25 in several colors that I am interested in. So I have rose pop, high on my list, rose pop. There are pastel blues, pastel yellows that I'm looking at, greens. I have a whole mood board. So I've spent time putting together a mood board of Hermès pre-loved bags that are in a color palette that I like. So I can literally say to the sales associate, this is my color palette, this is what I love. I will have anything that is anywhere close to any of these because that will fit nicely in my wardrobe. So that's my plan of attack for Hermès, on the off chance that I get an appointment, which is the longest shot ever anyway. So that's for Hermès. Fingers crossed. Hopes and prayers, people, that I get an appointment. But if I do, I will absolutely shoot for the stars first and then rein it in based on what I think I might actually be able to get. So fingers crossed. And then we go to Louis Vuitton. So Louis Vuitton is setting us, Dale and I, up something very, very special, and I will vlog it as much as I can for you guys. And I am most certainly having a VIP appointment with Louis Vuitton. So that is all pre-organized and is absolutely happening. And I'm very excited about it. It is very important to me that while I am in Paris, that I get a special Louis Vuitton piece to bring home, that I have something that is emotionally attached to that trip that I can look at and go, remember that time I went to Paris and I had that amazing experience with Louis Vuitton and I bought that bag. That's what I need. So there's a few things I'm looking at. So I quite like this petite malle that came out with the last range, which looks like the street signs in Paris. I really love this, but I haven't seen it in person and I really need to see it before I commit to it. But it's certainly an option because it has such Paris vibes, and it is a petite malle, which is a hard-sided piece, and it is quintessentially Louis Vuitton. So yes, this is certainly something that I am looking at. Beyond that, I am looking at a special petite malle. I will not look at crocodile. I do not do exotics back into the country that are going to need CITES. So I can look at ostrich and I can look at lizard, because both those things I don't need a CITES certificate for to get them back into the country. But that's it. So I will look at a special petite malle, possibly in one of those skins, or just something that is a great color or is different or is limited. I am open to any of those things, but I do want a special piece from Louis Vuitton. It's very important to me. So that is most certainly something that I will buy. Beyond the special piece that I want, I also have some interest in the Loop Hobo bag. It has been growing on me over the months that it has been out. I want to try it on. I want to see it and see how it sits on me and see if I really do love it. So it is certainly something that I am looking at, the Loop Hobo bag. And I am also looking at the new G whatever bags they're called. What are they called? They're called the Go 14 bags. So they're sorry, the Go 14 I think is the mini, and then there are Go other bags, other sizes. There's 3 sizes in these new bags. I tried the biggest size on in the Sydney store. It was all in black. I was a bit like, I don't know. I know that they do the biggest size in the pinky purple color, which I'm a little bit interested in. I like the Pico size, the smallest size, but it doesn't fit a phone. And then there's a mid size. These bags are being incredibly hyped. Steph from Handbag Holic has just unboxed hers. I'll link her channel down below. They're beautiful, beautiful bags, but they are really expensive. I haven't had the option to see all the sizes in person because Sydney store didn't get all the sizes in. They only sent like samples out. You've got to order them. Yeah, anyway, whole thing with that. I am told that my best bet of seeing all 3 sizes is in Paris, where they will probably have them all, and I will be able to try them on and play with them and decide if it actually works for me as a bag and if it's something that I really want to invest that amount of money in. So that is on my radar as well at Louis Vuitton. So we'll see how I go. We'll see what I come back with. I will absolutely come back with stuff to unbox for you guys. And there's always going to be random shopping and stuff to look at, but it's really important to me that this trip isn't just about going from store to store to store to store. I want to just stop a little bit. It's been a very big year for me. I felt like I've been on this treadmill all year, so it's a chance for me just to stop and reset and just enjoy my surroundings and have good food and good company and good wine and just be. So I don't want to feel like every second of every day I've got to be ticking boxes and getting to different stores. So I guarantee I'm not coming back with as much as I did from New York, because I want to just enjoy the time I have there more so than I did in New York, where it really was, I've got to go here, I've got to go there, I've got to go buy this, I've got to go. New York, I did not stop. And that probably wasn't the healthiest thing to do. So yeah, I'm absolutely coming back with stuff. I guarantee I will buy a beautiful piece from Louis Vuitton, and I really want to get to those other places as well. Chanel, yes, I believe I will absolutely come back with something from Louis Vuitton. Definitely, I will buy something from Hermès. It depends on if I can get an appointment or not. Fendi, I'm a bit ho-hum about. Dior, I'm a little bit ho-hum about, and then those extras from Tiffany and Jimmy Choo are just, if I happen to be near those stores and I have the opportunity, then I will go in and have a look at them and see if they work for me. Goyard, it'll depend on if I can be bothered to get up and go line up, but I would like to try and do that if I can. So you can see I'm not as manic as I was when I went to New York. I was just manic about that. Here's my list. I've got to get there. I've got to do there. I've got to get there. I've got to do this. I've got to try and buy that. I was just beside myself. This time around, I'm much more relaxed about the whole thing. I will come back with what I come back with, and you guys will be here for the unboxings. So that's exciting. And while I am gone, this whole backdrop behind me is going to disappear. My new cabinetry is being delivered couple of days from now. So I am currently filming a whole heap of videos today, back to back, and then by the weekend this whole area behind me is going to be pushed to that side of the room, and my builder is coming in while I am not here, and there will be a whole new backdrop for you guys. So stay tuned for that. You probably still have about a month of videos with this backdrop in it, and then you'll see my vlogs from overseas, but the first unboxings I do from overseas won't look like this. So that's a little bit exciting. Yeah, I'm excited. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I've uploaded videos, especially because there are going to be travel vlogs and you want to be here for them. I usually upload videos 3 times a week, and that will continue to happen even while I'm overseas. I am all over it. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle for you so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life, so please come follow me over there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.